Alright, time for some solo gathering in the black zone. And this time I'm going to go into the middle of the black zone. I haven't been there for a while. I've been doing all these tier 6, tier 7 map runs basically. Now I want to look at the inner circle of the black zone again, which is usually way more dangerous. But I will be in a lot of tier 8 maps and maybe I will get lucky and actually find one piece of tier 8. Going to take 5 of all the tier 6 resource journals with me and only tier 7 stone stuff, because stone on tier 6 is just worthless unless it's highly enchanted. Since I don't know which resources I'm going to find, I'm not going to use gathering gear, but just some random good escaping gear. Oh, and I am worth around about 1.3 million, so relatively cheap. Relatively cheap for my standards. Now the question is, which way do I want to go? There's a possibility to go through a tunnel here, which does not lead me to where I want to go. Do I want to go to Elder Sleep? The worst map for me? Probably. So the fastest way there would be southwest tunnel. Let's see if I can do that. Probably should have taken the invisibility, but maybe I will be fine. Maybe I will not be fine. I will see. I doubt that I would die here on the first map. Southwest is the way I want to go. I am scared. Oh, I actually forgot to take the cake with me. So I guess I will just have to kill one construct. It's probably faster than going back and buying one. Killing this takes forever though, with these items. Probably should be using my E. Can probably use it twice while I'm considering how long it takes to kill this. There's a person, no! Everything but a person, please. Now I got aggro, so now I'm actually going to take damage, which is pretty annoying. Okay, give me cake. 3 cakes, that's enough. Could have eaten my pork pie already, but it's not necessarily necessary. Because in this map I will most likely not gather anything. A guy teleporting. Not using a cape. Crazy stuff. But when you look at the stats of capes, it's not that terrible to not use a cape, to be honest. Unless you are using solid gear, expensive gear, where you want the extra effects of force, something like a Thetford or Fort Sterling cape. But the normal capes, the energy regeneration that they give is very low. Here it was southwest again. Let's see if I can get through this tunnel. Or if I'll have to take a different route. It's possible. I don't know if there will be some ganking group camping the tunnel. Definitely possible. Definitely not something that I want to deal with. It's a tier 6 map. I'm gathering all the tier 6 resources. The last time I did this I was only taking 6.1 and tier 7. But I think I simply do not find enough of that for that to make sense. So I'm just going to kill everything, gather everything, and running around with a wild boar. I want to eat my pork pie though. 2 out of 5 and 1 out of 5. A very good resource though, so I guess I'm going to kill this moose as well. But when I see animals that are not enchanted and I have the suspicion that they are just on one piece per stack, then I'm not going to kill them. Killing them takes a while. Probably not worth it. And it's annoying. And it's dangerous. But 6.1 hide. Let's look at the price. Must be over 3k. 25,000 divided by 8. Slightly above 3k per piece. Pretty valuable. One of the better things that I will find. Okay, are there gankers here? High concentration. If there's a ganking group here waiting with invisibility, then I will be dead. But usually they are in the middle. Here I already should be safe, and my only real option if I encounter something now would be to rush through to this exit here. I would think. Okay, tier 2 mob. A very annoying one. Wait a second. That's a resource. Oh, I also almost forgot I'm taking tier 6 wood. There's a 6.1 big stack. Not very close to the exit, somewhat dangerous, but maybe people don't care about 6.1 wood. So I will go for it. I am relatively cheap. Only 1 point, what was it? 3 million. So I think I'll risk it. I'll risk it. Five out of 5. So many mobs here around this other tree, which is not enchanted, so I will skip that one. Don't feel like clearing all this garbage just to get some very low value wood. When I get it like this, it should be good enough, at least. But I'm not going to clear mobs to get a tier 6 wood. This does not sound very profitable. A lot of wood. From here I want to go to the southwest. If I get cockblocked there, I can always still go to the northwest. Tier 7 snow map into tier 7 snow map. Can also go to the southeast. Like, all the options here are viable. Would be pretty nice if I could snag a few tier 8 resources in Elder Sleep. And it would be pretty nice if I could continue to Glacier Fall Fisher. Another tier 8 map. A little bit less dangerous than Elder Sleep. If I continue finding this much wood, may not be able to get very far though. But I at least can still change my boots to carry weight as well. A nice little advantage over using gathering gear. I do see corpses. I was thinking about killing this wolf, but then I saw the corpse. There's a person probably fishing. It would make sense to do both of these mooses, but I also don't want to be seen. 2 out of 5. At least not a waste of time. Finding some resources in this map. 4 out of 5. That's actually good. That's actually money. That's some 2 million per hour territory. A big wood stack. Oh, too bad. I would not have been sad about a full 6.2 tree, to be perfectly honest. I do not see any corpses, so I will give this wolf a chance. At least not a waste of time. Okay, big wood stack. Big wood stack. I wonder how much money I would get from that. 6.1 wood, not very valuable. Something above 1k per piece. Doesn't really look like the animals are very full here, so I'm not really going to do the animals unless they are enchanted. Or tier 7. Or a big bunch of them at once. This frost weaver is so close. Oh, somebody took the big stack. That's sad. But I gave anybody who's in this map a lot of time to do it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so elder sleep time. I'll never say no to a dead wolf. Tier 6 hide, probably still being pretty good. Yeah, a little bit over 1k per piece. Not terrible. But of course, I hope to find a little bit more valuable stuff, considering that I'm going relatively deep here, spending a lot of time walking basically. So I'm looking forward to finding some tier 8 stuff, some enchanted tier 7 stuff. Big stacks, 7.0, 8.2 wood. That's actually so valuable that I would risk dying for gathering this stuff. My chances of getting that are pretty low though, I would guess. But 8.2, that's very valuable. Worth it to risk a little bit. I would get more money if I gathered the whole stack then, and my whole gear is worth. So let's take a look if I can get a few pieces. It's very suicidal to go for it, but it's also very valuable stuff. There's a person. He doesn't have PvP fame. I think I'm just going to share. I think this is the most sensible thing, cause I need to inspect him from time to time to see if he's changing gear, but he has no PvP fame, so my chances are pretty high to not get attacked by him. .2. Here in this map it's definitely possible to get ganked by invisibility gankers. So I have to be very concentrated, and this is also why I don't mind sharing it. Because I don't expect to be able to gather the whole thing. I'm pretty sure it would take me too long. But looking at the price, the stuff is probably not totally like more valuable than my gear. But I will see how much I will have in the end. It seems like this guy is gathering a little bit slower than me. Or is he? Here we were very close to each other. Let's see at the next tick. Yes, I am faster. But only slightly. I'm only a little bit faster, sadly. He has so little gathering fame that it's actually sad that he's able to gather tier 8 at all. And it is possible that he is not able to gather all the tier 8 resources. But actually, getting very close to surviving. There's an enemy. He's not in a party. He's using very cheap gear. He doesn't have any PvP fame. He still could be doing funny stuff. He still could have ganking gear in his inventory. How much did I get? 800k. Pretty damn good loot. So it would have been, if I gathered the whole stack, it would have gotten more than my whole gear is worth. So my estimation was right, but I was actually hoping for a little bit more even. I was hoping for like 3 million. 3 million to 4 million. With gathering gear, wood gathering gear. I would have probably gotten 3 to 4 million from the whole stack if I was able to gather the whole stack, but I really don't expect to be able to gather such stacks, to be honest. I do not calculate this in. Probably stuff is empty here though, if this guy is walking this way. But as I said, it's pretty possible that he's not able to gather all the resources on tier 8. This is tier 7 height. This is tier... Those are 2 boars. What is this? There was a 6.1 height animal. Do I want to take that? People should be taking tier 6 height. But I mean, there was an 8.2 stack that nobody was contesting. No ganking group right here, right now. This guy is using suspicious weapon, but he doesn't have any PvP fame, which is very good. A lot of gatherers in this map though. I will gather this quickly enough. I don't need to be scared about an invisibility gank from this guy. Boom. Let's see if I can find something valuable, because right now it seems to be very, very chill here. Tier 7 resource, let's take it. I don't want to stay in these terrible spots here for too long. There is a 8.1 wood stack. This is theoretically somewhat close to the exit, but practically in a dead end. If I have this Shabash guy joining me again, I am a little bit safer. Because gankers could try to kill him instead of me. And if there's a hunter there with his beer paws is there as well, I have a higher chance of surviving if I have this many gatherers around me. This is a ganker. Well, it looks like I will not be able to gather this 8.1 there. It would have been so risky to go for that. Would have been so risky. And considering that I already got this big bunch of 8.2 wood, it probably would not be very smart to actually do this. Theoretically, it's possible that this guy is a solo ganker. I probably should have invited him to my group, to be honest. If he's a solo ganker, maybe I should be risking it. Oh. But yeah, let's see. Sweetling Yi. Actually solo. But okay. Shabash, the guy who I was gathering the 8.2 wood with, died. He died there. 7.0 fiber is fine and it's very close to a road portal, so it's actually safe. Let's go for this. The Shabash guy died. Some gankers went for the 8.1 stack, which was in a worse position, even though it was closer to the exit. It was in a worse position. It was a dead end, very easy to cut off the way. Very easy to kill people who go for this. And I would have gone for it. I would have died there. Shabash warning me. Accidentally. I mean, very funny to actually get the 8.2. Half of it. 28 pieces. Pretty nice loot. And I still have so much carry weight and I didn't even change my boots to carry weight yet. Teleporting from here cost me 120k. Teleport costs are definitely going to be quite a bit higher when I go this deep. But in most cases I will simply teleport when I'm full or close to full or in a terrible situation where I don't feel like I should try to run instead of just going for the immediate safety. Anyhow, the road portal has 6 out of 7 charges. That's definitely enough for me. Should I be taking these tier 6 resources? Probably. Probably. I gather them quicker than the tier 7 resources, and tier 7 fiber is not very valuable right now. Going for some efficiency here. Going for this ore there. Doesn't feel very promising. But I'll take everything on my way. It's pretty quick. Want to be efficient. Let's see if I can find some tier 8 stuff in this map. Would be pretty profitable. Nobody going for this beautiful fiber. Oh, actually somebody was. Most likely got ganked. After all, this is a tier 8 map. Which is close to a tier 8 map. And both of these tier 8 maps are terrible for escaping. I'm not even sure if I would be going for this big stack if there wasn't this roads portal. Without this roads portal I would be like 100,000% dead. Really curious to see if I can find some tier 8 resources. Theoretically possible. Practically unlikely, considering how many gatherers I've seen already. But I've also seen gankers. Gankers can help. Sometimes they help. But sometimes those gankers are also able to gather all the valuable stuff. Sadly. Nowadays. Looks pretty damn empty here. Going to take all the tier 6, probably. Efficiency. It's not guaranteed that I will find any tier 8 resources anywhere, so it makes a lot of sense to take this garbage. Which is not really garbage, but like mediocre stuff. That will definitely give me some profit per time if I don't find anything better in the meantime. Which I could do. I could find good stuff all the time, like seeing all these 7.3, 8.3 stacks here. It's kind of teasing. But all of this stuff being empty, kind of a very obvious sign that I'm not going to find too much here, most likely. But who knows? A lot of tier 6 stacks are existing. Having 2 out of 5 quite often. So definitely possible to find 1 or 2 tier 8 stacks that are not gone. Pretty sure I will check and clear out this whole ore area. Stuff could respawn anytime. And it should be okay money if I just gather all the tier 6 ore that I find here. Should be at least okay. Anything interesting up here? I mean, how much time have I spent in this map? Maybe 5 minutes? And I haven't seen a single person yet. Possible that the ganking group in the last map actually came from this map. But I mean, I don't have any strong hints that suggest that being the case. Oh, actually a tier 7 resource. Not a very valuable one, but a tier 7 resource. Making use of these cakes, actually leveling a little bit. Oh, I got a master or miner tome. That's not bad for the profit. Would have preferred to get a, like, what is it called? Elder Master Lumberjack tome from the 8.2, but I'll take what I can get. I mean, my profit so far is pretty good. Considering that my playstyle is somewhat risky right here, right now. There's also an argument for actually just teleporting back right now. To get this loot here to safety. I have like 1.7 million. Or maybe 1.8 million loot in my inventory. And my chances to survive when encountering a real ganking group are not that high. Depending on where I am in the map at that moment. Being here, for example, would be pretty damn bad. Even though I still have the Rhodes portal at least. But that's my only chance. If they come from the east, I'm basically dead. If they come from the south, I'm basically dead. It's unlikely that they come from the south. And it's like a 50-50 chance that they come from the east. But I'm dead in these situations, so maybe I should just be teleporting. But I also didn't see any people. Which is good. And I'm finding a couple of tier 6 resources. That's not very interesting. The next map is going to be a tier 5 map. So it may actually be the best to just... Oh, no, I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. Not paying attention. It's possible that this guy is solo, but it's also possible that he is not. I actually wasn't paying attention and didn't see the red exclamation mark over my head. Ah. Okay. Possible that he's a solo ganker. Huh. I mean, ganking solo is pretty fucking bad. But if this guy wasn't solo, then I would have basically been dead there. In most cases, I would say. If he had friends. One being close by. Probably would have meant death. Actually an invisibility gank. Something so exciting. In the morning. I'm not prepared for this. But yeah, gathering in tier 8 maps, in gathering areas even, basically means that I have to pay a little bit of attention. Actually had the exclamation mark over my head. Oh, a resource. An actual resource. Cake 30 seconds, food 2 minutes. I will eat my food and I will eat the cake. No need to not eat it. Didn't find anything good in this map. Basically. Like, I don't have any real reason to stay here, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, right? I mean, I'm finding tier 6 resources, but do I really want to stay in a tier 8 map? Where people are ganking me with invisibility? Or tier 6 resources? Doesn't feel very sensible. Huh. Still, there's the argument that teleporting back to just get my loot to safety is not a bad idea. Any good resources? All the tier 8 stuff is gone. Just like always. All the juicy tier 8 stuff. It's not there. Gathering in a tier 8 map, all I'm getting is tier 6 stuff. There was at least some basil. I need to be more careful. I'm very vulnerable. I don't have a Galantos. A big ganking group would be a big problem for me. And I have some decent loot already. But it's also kind of... I kind of want to stay just for the chance of finding tier 8 stuff. But I'm really not seeing any. Seeing a lot of tier 6 though, so my time will not be wasted. Which is kind of a pretty okay situation, you know? Like, I'm not wasting my time because I get tons of tier 6 stuff. And the whole time I will have the chance to actually stumble upon some tier 8 stuff. But on the other hand, this map is relatively dangerous. I have more loot than... or rather, let's say it like this. The loot that I have is more valuable than the gear that I'm using. And my gear is not very safe. So I want to check the north. Didn't find anything in the south. I didn't look too much into the east, but there's not much space filled with resources anyhow. So I'll take a look into the north and then I'm just going to teleport. Don't want to go into the tier 5 map. Oh, there's another tier 8 map. Another tier 8 map. That is going to be empty. Most likely. No, I'm going to teleport. I'm too valuable and too vulnerable at the same time. Does not make much sense. I rather have an emptier. I much rather have an emptier inventory when I go for this risky stuff. A tier 8 resource. I like it. I like it. The first tier 8 resource that I found in 2 tier 8 maps, besides the 2 big stacks in the last map. Sadly, it's not 8.3. 39% enchantment in this map. Kind of excessive. If I find some enchanted ore, I could get pretty rich. Enchanted wood also should not be as valuable as, for example, ore or fiber or hide. So maybe a little bit unlucky on the price. Who knows? Who knows? Just one of these stacks, 110k. 110k. Finding one stack of a tier 8 resource in like 1 minute or so. Imagine me finding a lot of tier 8 resources. How much would I get? 5 million power? 4 million power? If some of those are even enchanted, then I would probably easily get 5 million per hour. I would assume. If I was gathering tier 8 back to back. Let's see where the circle is moving. Okay, the direction the circle is going. I can live with this direction. I'm not in the best spot here. I don't intend to die. Maybe they are going for the Colossus. %77% carry rate already, but I can still change my boots to get some additional carry weight. Another 8.3 stack. Juicy stuff everywhere. Insanely high enchantment. 40% enchantment on this map. Let's see if I can find anything though. Besides all these tier 6 resources. Which are also not very highly enchanted. Right now I'm in a terrible spot. I don't even know if it's worth it to go to this place here. Risking all the good stuff that I have already. But I'm not seeing people. People don't know that I exist. I would need to be decently unlucky to actually die right now, I would think. But how unlikely is it that a ganking group will just screen the whole map? I don't think that that's too unlikely. But look at this. Okay, the big stack. That's just tier 7. I could go for it, it's very safe. It's very close to the Rhodes portal. But it is also not very valuable. Will give me like 100k or so. So I'm not going for it. Considering that I have been ganked by invisibility. It's such a long way. The stuff here on the way is empty. The east has theoretically some potential. But not going to go for that. It would be kind of interesting to go into the roads and see if there's a map where my teleport costs are lower. And I still have some carry weight open. Could theoretically, considering these circumstances, go for the big stack. Also, a lot of people would not be interested in this stack, so the chance of the stack being full are not too bad. Not too bad. 80k from the fiber. Pretty valuable stuff. If I only could find more of that. Somehow. But it looks to be pretty difficult. To find this kind of stuff. Seems to be possible. Mount up while these disgusting little imps are not alive. Actually making it possible to really reset. Really annoying. These silly imps. Any other tier 8 resource waiting for me? Doesn't really look like it. It's pretty much time to teleport. I'm too valuable. I got too much loot. Ah yeah, right. These guys have a very high aggro range. This map here looks pretty damn empty. 134k for teleporting. Pretty expensive. But I'm pretty deep as well. And I even have some pretty good loot. I mean, I definitely reached beyond the 2 million per hour right now. Like, I'm at 45 minutes of recording and I have like what? 2.3, maybe 2.4 million loot already. So definitely a pretty good run so far. 2.29, yeah. Okay. Let's get some pork pie. Experts missed Piercer. Why the hell is this showing to me? Let's get a little bit more cake. And let's get one more book. One more book. 2 more books. And let's go for another run. So far, pretty damn good loot, but mainly because I got a random book and because I got the 8.2 stuff. I have no idea when the last time was that I got some 8.2 stuff. But to be fair, I was gathering a lot in tier 6 and tier 7 maps in the last couple of months. So the chances to find tier 8 stuff there are not very high. What can I say? And I'm pretty sure it's worth it to take the invisibility. I really do not want to get chased here. That would be such a waste of time. And I also, in most cases, don't want to engage fights anyways. So this is legitimate. 2 people got killed, but probably 2 completely worthless people. My soldier helmet is not even on level 100. That's not good. 1400 on boots and armor. That's solid. 5.1 ore. It just spawned, so if it was 5.3 ore, I would have rushed there and taken as much as possible. In the starting maps, there usually are not too dangerous people. So, and gathering tier 5 resources is very fast when you are a tier 8 gatherer. 5.4 height, unlocking in 1 hour and 14 minutes. Juicy stuff, stuff that I'm not going to get. This chest is on 28 seconds. Can I get it? Theoretically possible. There's a 6.2 wolf. Most likely only 1 piece. But probably worth... No, not really. If it only has 1 piece, I would need to get lucky. Maybe I can get the chest. Need to be very careful. No. Too late. Looks like it was open for a moment. But maybe there have been gankers or something. Now I want to enter the tunnel as quickly as possible. So if there were gankers, they would not cut my way off. And this time I'm not going to go to Elder Sleep, but because I've cleared everything there basically. I mean, I didn't clear everything. There were a lot of tier 6 resources in this Elder Sleep map. But I don't want to go to the tier 8 snow map again. So entering the Elder Sleep map also is a little bit less attractive. I want to try a different route. I want to try a different way. Okay, this looks crazy. 1 minute 40. 7.0 wood. Not close enough to the exit sadly, but I could still risk it because 7.0 wood is not very valuable. So not too many people are going to gank it. Because not too many people are going to gather it. So one option is to go to the southeast. Northwest is also okay, but not very desirable. I would prefer the southeastern way. There was a circle. There's still a circle. 6.1. That I probably have killed 1 hour ago. The circle vanished. How high is the chance that I will get the small chest? I have no idea, but I'm going to figure it out. There's a Rhodes portal. Actually, since I got a little bit of time for the chest still, I can take a look at the maps here. Everwinter Gorge, Highstone Plateau. Everwinter, okay. No, not very interesting for me. I want to go into the middle of the Black Zone. Highstone Plateau is somewhere close to something, I believe. Actually spent a little bit too much time in the roads. There's one person, it's a pizza delivery guy. Only on the tier 3 horse, so possible that I would have gotten this. Do I want to go for the wood? I don't. I'll just continue. Highstone Plateau may also be a good one. It's not necessarily. Yeah, nope. Nope. Just nope. I don't want to go the northwestern way, so I think I'm skipping the tier 7 wood. If I would be clearing this whole map here, if it was somehow promising, which it doesn't seem to be honest, then I would also take this big stack, I think. I would just risk it. Not too many people should gank this. Okay. Here, I want to go to the southwest. Just a tier 6 map, 15% enchantment. I want to go a rather central route. The edge is probably empty. In the middle, I feel like in the middle there's more stuff. There are usually more resources. Because it seems like most gatherers who are able to survive in the Black Zone know that all the high tier stuff spawns on the edge of the map. So they always clear this stuff. There's never anything left. The good old edge theory from me from 2 years ago. The edge of the map always being empty. Because people know that the good stuff is there. And likewise everybody clears it. Next map is going to be a tier 7 snow map. And then I'm getting into tier 8 map territory. Even though the tier 8 forest has always been completely empty when I entered it in the past. The tier 8 highland map Wasn't completely terrible, I believe. How valuable is this ore? Not very valuable. Like 800 silver per piece, 4.2 ore. Basically gathering it immediately. Not going to turn around for the cotton. Not really going to do that. I'm looking for better stuff when I risk my life going so deep. I want more. Wouldn't mind a legendary wisp either. Even though it would be less interesting for me. It would be more boring. It would be nice to get all the profit, all the money, but also, of course, I'll go for this deck. It's in a terrible spot. But I don't care. What could possibly go wrong? Who would be ganking here? I can reset this guy. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? I also have some decent gathering speed for tier 7 stone already as well. So let's just risk it. I kind of would have preferred to go this way. Check out the edge of the map. Would have liked to see if there are resources. After all, it's a tier 7 map, there can be some interesting stuff. Somebody seems to be doing the outpost. 6.2 stone is more interesting though. Well, not really. Well, I'm gathering it quicker and it has a very similar price. Oh, much basil. Such a big stack. To be honest, I really should not go into the inventory while I'm doing this funny stuff here. And I'm somewhat sure that it's not worth it to risk my life for such a bad resource. Well, I'm not sure. Because it's possible that the risk is very low. That's possible. Since after all, it's just flat tier 7. The most valuable people won't be here. Level 67. Already very high on the tier 7 stone gathering. Very high. Very nice gathering speed. I'm also very curious to see how much I will get from a full stack. And I'm also curious to see how often will I get ganked when I do these big stacks. Of course, when I do some 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 7.2, 7.3 in tier 8 maps or whatever, then I will definitely get ganked in most cases. In most cases. Obviously, when I gathered the 8.2 today, I wasn't getting ganked. But that was just lucky, I would say. Very often I'm getting ganked at the very valuable things. But here these not very valuable stacks, when you don't have a lot of carry weight and stuff, it's really not worth it to take it. It's really not worth it. You need a lot of carry weight, otherwise you're just wasting your time. You don't want to teleport home when you have like, I don't know, 300k loot. Doesn't make much sense. I got 98k from the big stack. It's solid loot. Solid loot. It's actually also a good or rare basalt. I should take this first. I'm finding resources. This map is interesting. I like it. I mean, did I find anything else yet? Big stack, this. All the other stuff was garbage, right? Right? 6.6k per piece. Juicy. Since I found this here, I will check behind this Spectre area, Ghost area, whatever. Juicy stuff. I mean, basically a tier 9 resource. Giving as much as a tier 8 resource, sadly, only. There's a small chest. Do I want to go for it? I probably can. Try. Oh, ooh. What is going on? Am I going to get some money in this map? Did I find an inactive map? Oh, somebody got killed. Which basically means I will not get this chest. Right, people are doing the castle. I won't get this chest, right? The second person was killed, which is good. Increases my chances of getting the chest, but if I check this whole place here, then I will be too late for the chest, right? 2 minutes only. Look at these resources. My chances are really not that high to get the chest anyways. And there seems to be some activity. But they do not necessarily need to be gankers. Maybe a small scale group? A small scale group should also take the chest. Right. Do I want to miss all the resources here? Just to get chased then, if I get found? I'm not sure. Okay. Anything else here? The edge seems to be look at this. I'm finding stuff, sadly not very full. I'll go a little bit further even. But yeah, I think I'm skipping the chest, considering how many resources I'm finding. This looks too promising. And the map looks too active, right? Not 100% sure. Small chest on 45. If I go directly to the chest, can I reach it? Very unlikely. Would be a little bit too slow. A little bit too slow. I can walk into the direction. I can still check out the edge of the map afterwards. I haven't been here yet, so it doesn't hurt me to check this out. 6.2. I should go for the chest. There is a chance. It's pink. I'm scared. Let's go. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I cannot really take this. The rest is good. Nice. Some nice extra loot. Always good. Only 400k from a pink chest in a tier 7 map? Is this bad? No, it's probably fine, right? When I got some legendary chest, there was less than 1 million in it, so I guess it's fine. 400k. Probably not below average. Probably okay. Already got loot worth 1 million. Anyhow, I want more. Let's see if... Oh, that's meteorite ore. That's good stuff. I'm definitely finding some stuff in this map. I like it. It's dangerous in here right now. People would check the small chest if there was a ganking group. If there was a ganking group, they would check the small chest. Unless they are chasing right in this moment or something. Right. Because small chests are free kills. People will take those, but a lot of people who take those in the black zone may be very worthless. Possible. Maybe those small chests are not that attractive. It's possible. I do not know which kind of people go for the chests. Hard to say. Some pretty nice stuff in this map though. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. God, I'm finding so much basil that I'm filling the tier 7 journals so quickly. I mean, also the highly enchanted basil that's giving so much fame for filling this stuff. But could I have expected to find this much basil? Probably can't expect that, right? These journals are also not very expensive. Probably doesn't hurt me to take more of those with me. It's probably okay to do that. Here, again, I'm in a very bad spot. If somebody finds me, it's not good, not looking too good for me. But the edge of the map in the north has been very good. Here I'm not really seeing any resources. Let's scan the whole area. Doesn't seem like ore and stone can spawn there, which is kind of sad. I do want to find this stuff as well. Just a common wisp. I did check out this place already. I have found a lot of resources in this map. I definitely want to clear the whole map, I think. Until I run into the group that is scaring off all the gatherers here. 6.2, not worth it to kill the elemental. This stuff is not valuable enough to put in the work. I much rather look for more tier 7 resources, because there were some in the north. Maybe there are none here. Definitely possible. Haven't found too much stuff here. Which place do I want to check out first? The middle or the west? I'll go with the west, I guess. Shouldn't make a difference. The potential. I found so many things in the north. Right now I'm not finding anything. Somebody even taking the tier 6 fiber as well. Stuff is gone here. What's the next map? The next map is a tier 5 snow map. Pretty much garbage. And after that I'm going to reach tier 8 maps. Not finding stuff here. I'll ignore the fiber there. Not even finding basil. There's a big stack. It is 6.2. This is a guy. Is he in a group? He's not in a group. He's on damage spells. I want the 6.2 stone. Not a great spot here. Really easy to gank me, but I wasn't ganked while doing the basalt stack either. And this stuff here is just as valuable as the basalt. But I'm gathering it much quicker. It's also nice to get my levels up. Level 89 only. Gathering this much quicker, so much less risk. But I already got some loot, like, I really don't want to die. This nature stuff guy on the Swiftclaw seemed to be gathering. I think he dismounted for gathering. I didn't pay too much attention. But that would be kind of annoying. Don't really win competition. But who knows what he's able to gather. Who knows? Boom, done. I mean, I didn't look at the clock, so I don't know how long it took me. But I'm pretty sure that it didn't take very long. But I already had some before, so I can't tell how much I've gotten from it. But most likely a similar amount compared to the basalt. Since... oh well, this is worth it. Let's go. Let's go. Do want to use my E for the extra damage. Do want to use my boots for the extra healing. I feel like I'm going to get damaged. I do have the chance to use my helmet. Well, using the high damage Q is kind of annoying because the range is so insanely low. Have to dodge all of those. Very, very important. Use my boots again for some healing. It's looking pretty close. Really sad that I'm so weak. Oh no, I got... seriously? Now I actually have to reset, right? 12 seconds until I heal again, 20 seconds until... why the hell did I get hit by that? What? This is so annoying. And imagine me dying now. Feels really bad. Why am I so insanely weak though? Can I use anything interesting? I can use that to have some more healing. Healing is always insanely strong. Probably should be randomly using my helmet. How the hell did this hit me? What the fuck? How did this hit me? This is so annoying. Holy fuck. Okay, let's just play 100% safe, basically. Block one thing. Blocking things is good. Now I'm going to heal me. How? How is this hitting me? God, PvE is so unnecessary. In a way, not really unnecessary, but just annoying. Just going to go extremely far away. Because it's not possible. How? Like, how is this hitting me? How far do I have to stand out of the hitbox to not get hit? Holy shit. Do do I want to change my Q so I can actually use my Q the whole time? I could do that. 15 seconds. It's more damage. It's much more damage. I really need damage. Oh, I'm not full health yet. Okay, again. This thing is very valuable. But spending all this time is also very bad. For my profit, for my safety. Okay, time to use my boots. Very important to not get hit by anything. Let's dodge one more time. Did he do anything? I don't know. I have to dodge everything. Have my boots again. I just got so much damage from some random bullshit. Again. I basically have to predict whatever the fuck that is. And use my helmet. When is he doing this? Now? No. What? This thing is so valuable. I really want to kill this guy. He's going to give me like 30, 40, 50k silver, plus books, plus a random chance to get something really valuable, plus a million fame. Is there anything else I can do? 4 seconds feels better and easier to use. 4 seconds. Okay, whatever. Let's try it one more time. One more time. Just spam all the defensive spells. And the healing. When is he going to do his ridiculously strong attack again? Because now he is not doing it. I do have my helmet. Let's preemptively use it. He didn't use... Now he used it. And my helmet was too early in this case. It's so annoying. Okay. 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 If I exactly knew when he does his stupid, hey, I just punch you for 500 damage spell attack and just timed my defensives into it, then it would be definitely doable to kill him. Then even block would be even stronger. But this is too annoying for me to deal with. If I had roast pork, I would have also easily been able to do it, because I would have healed so much. But this is not worth it. Risking all my stuff. Dude. You need to be a little bit more careful in your life. Walking up to dismounted people is not very smart. Just like dying to a mob in the black zone the whole time is not very smart. But I would have been pretty sure that I would be able to do it, to be honest. I would have definitely thought that I could do that mob. Kind of surprising. Is this a different guy? No, it's the same guy. Oh, look. And I'm back to finding tier 7 resources again. I mean, I just wasted like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so? Getting downed by a mob. This will cut into my profit. Unfortunate. But it would have been very profitable to kill this thing. Definitely a free kill with Rose Pog, or even damage, like I was very close to finishing it. Just was lacking a little bit of damage. Taking 5.1 ore but not 6.1 stone? Sounds weird. But maybe it's just leveling, not going for profit. Have I checked this place out yet? Not really, but what I really want to check out is the middle and the south. How much of the middle have I already checked? Nothing at all, I think. So I'll walk around the territory once. And boom. Found some more basalt. Maybe I will be able to finish my second tier 7 stone journal as well. 2 books, 2 fame journals, no, tomes today. That's pretty good. Pretty nice extra loot. And the 8.2 wood, of course, also didn't hurt. The attack on the castle outpost is about to fail. Okay. About to fail? What kind of message is that? Does this just mean that they stopped attacking? And left? And so the whole thing is resetting? I guess this would be the only logical explanation. Haven't gathered in the east. There's interesting stuff. A little bit of basalt for me. Still the big tier 6 stone stack. Nobody cares about that. Not being able to do this mob. But one of its abilities, it's not dodgeable unless you predict it. Annoying. Would have been very valuable to kill it. Decent amount of cash. Decent amount of books, at least 1, maybe 2. Good chance to find a valuable extra item. 400 or 500k fame. A nice bunch of favor. Pretty valuable overall. Okay, let's check out the east of this map. I haven't been there yet. No idea what's there. If there's anything there, no idea, no idea. I have seen a gatherer, which is bad. The amount of resources I found in this map was fine, right? Should be... still have a lot of potential carry weight. I also still have a decent amount of space in my inventory. 5 out of 5, 6.2. That's really nice. $100k. Just like that. Some real potential. 31% enchantment, that's also not very low. That's actually pretty damn high. And it's just a tier 7 map. Let's see if the stuff here in the east is empty. If it isn't, I could get some more money. Enchanted ore would be the best thing to find. But I wouldn't mind to find some more rare basil, to be honest. I would not mind. I got 2 big stacks in this map. I didn't see anybody dangerous. I got the purple chest. Nobody came by when I was suiciding against the mob. I will definitely have some good profit per time today. If I manage to survive until I'm teleporting back. I'm gotta consider that. I haven't survived yet. Still possible for me to die. Still definitely possible. Doesn't look too empty, I would say. 2 tier 7 resources. A bunch of tier 6 resources. So I guess there's... the hopes are still there to make some money here in the east and the south. I think I also haven't checked out these cliffs here. So some potential there as well. The outpost shenanigans seem to have stopped. Oh, this thing just respawned. Okay. Oh, very soon. I like it, I like it. Very soon I want to eat my pork pie again. Don't want to get overweight, even though I could compensate by using my boots, which I cannot do if I'm in combat though. So I just want to use it early enough. I don't think, or rather I think, that within the next 30 minutes I'm going to teleport. And actually both of my 7 stone journals are full. Kind of sad to not have brought one more. Okay, the school doesn't want me to take this ore. There's something which is not too interesting. Okay, let's use this opportunity to eat pork pie. And let's just use one more cake. They're so well worthless anyways. No need to be too worried about using too much of those. I also haven't checked the place around the outpost yet. There's also potentially some interesting stuff. I also want to check this edge here. This is a kind of edge where ore and stone will be as well, I believe. Still a bit of stuff to check out. Oh, and I got a Grandmaster Carrier Tome. Okay. I got an invisibility jacket, very handy for this kind of stuff. And I'm finding more stuff. I got so many tomes today. A really lucky run. Or rather, 2 really lucky runs so far. Getting so much stuff, so much extra stuff. 8.2, 3 tomes. This is pretty insane. This is some really insane stuff. Very good run. My tools got yellow because I got down so much. Actually going to have some repair costs. Oh wow. This map is really being very good for me so far. Also didn't find dangerous people yet. Going to have a very decent amount of loot if I survive. I may want to be a little bit careful. Like, once again, I have more loot than the value of my gear. My loot once again is more valuable than my gear. I always need to consider that I'm kind of vulnerable, while also already being pretty valuable. Definitely need to keep in mind that I may want to just teleport home to get this juicy loot to safety. There's a person. He is not in a group. Leave group, thank you. Somewhat decent levels. He has decent PvP fame, so it's actually not nice that he's interested in me. But now he stopped being interested in me, which is nice. Here? I was about to say there are no resources here. But then I found this. Looks a little bit emptier, I would say, but I still got a lot of stuff to check out. I also still haven't checked around the castle, right? So much stuff to check out in this map. 90% carry weight. Already about 2.4 million loot though. So I need to look what these people are doing. A lot of PvP fame and 0 PvE fame. That's crazy. Crazy PvP player. Oh, 7.3. Would have been pretty nice. Such a high enchantment. 427 map. No resources left for me. There was some fiber. If I don't find anything interesting right now, then I will just immediately leave the map. But this stuff is kind of interesting. And with by immediately leaving the map, I mean I will immediately go to the places where I haven't been yet on this map. I still want to check out a few places here. This map is looking too good to just instantly leave it, I think. And I also haven't found dangerous people yet. There was only one piece on this 6.3 stuff, but I still got 50k from that. So good. Imagine it being full, 300k. This stuff is just so good. Where could resources be? They could have been here, but they aren't. So I can still check around the castle. I can still check this place here west of the territory, and then I'm basically done with this map. Basically completely done with the map. The stuff here seems to be taken. Quite some juicy stuff has been here. Ooh, some basalt waiting for me still as well. Really nice. My hopes for the west of the territory are not very high. I may just teleport after getting the basalt. Stuff here in the south also didn't seem to be too full. It didn't really feel like I found insane amounts of stuff in this map, but somehow all the stuff was very valuable. Or like valuable above average at least. And I got these homes for some reason. I got the purple chest. So in the end, pretty damn profitable map for me today. Teleporting costs me 160k. Okay, so the teleport costs are in total 290k. Can subtract that from my loot. I will still not drop below 2 million per hour. I got way too much stuff for that this today. But higher teleport costs. All this stuff here. Pretty valuable, pretty nice stuff. Okay. 4.76 million in 1 hour and 37 minutes. I like it a lot. That's even subtracting 290k silver for teleporting. Still a lot of loot. Still a pretty good rate. Pretty damn good run. I must say, very good run. Very lucky run. Very lucky run.